The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Danny Gibson, here joining you with Dick Girardi. We're coming to you from Parks Racing, bringing you all the latest in horse racing and news from around the country. On today's show, we'll talk about last week's Preakness and all the top racing from Baltimore. The sun was shining, the crab cakes were out in plenty, and Dick and I were dancing in the infield.
We were?
Okay, maybe one of these statements isn't true, but the second jewel did not disappoint. Dick, what was your takeaway from the Preakness?
It disappointed me, but only the race itself. Everything around the race was great. We'll talk about the race itself in a minute. Look, it's my hometown. I got there Thursday. Chipperelli's Little Italy on Thursday night. Crab cakes galore on the way down, around, and then steamed crabs Saturday night. All of it was great, except for my betting on the race, but what are you going to do?
Absolutely, I could hear you. Well, it was a beautiful day. It was a little warm.
A little warm, but we were fine in the Triple Crown.
Absolutely.
Jeff Matty took good care of us.
He certainly did, and pretty good races on the undercard. We got to see some of our Pennsylvania breds, some Parks contenders down there.
No, look, it's always a cool day because there's all these other stakes leading up to the Preakness. I thought for me, the race didn't go up till 7 o'clock. I thought it went really fast, kind of like Derby Day did.
Yes.
Faster than I kind of remember it, but not fast enough for me to cash any tickets. But that's a whole other story.
One of the highlights was getting up on the roof. Dick took me on the roof, and you got to just kind of see the whole span of all the craziness in the infield and going on around the track.
Yeah, I mean, look, Pimlico is probably, within the next couple of years, what you saw is going to come down. The latest I heard is 2026 is when they hope to have the finalized with the new race, the new Pimlico up, but over time, and they're going to run it there every year. They're not moving it anywhere. It's going to stay at Pimlico, and it should.
It's nice, that history and just being there with the stakes barn, getting to see all those horses together close up. Nothing like it.
No, that's the cool part about the Preakness. Unlike the other races, the horses aren't all over the place. They're all in one place. It's a one-stop shop.
Absolutely. Well, let's get to the race. It was the Preakness, the 147th, going a mile and 3/16, $1.5 million. It's a grade 1, and our favorite is our runner-up in the Kentucky Derby, Epicenter.
Yeah, had all the numbers, Danny, coming into the race. We talked about how well he ran in the Derby, did everything but beat the horse no one would have ever expected to win in Rich Strike. I absolutely loved him. I didn't think he could lose, but I also thought he would be third early in the race, as I wrote about on Let's Go Racing Parks.com this week. That part of the race didn't exactly turn out like I expected.
No. Let's get to our second choice favorites, Secret Oath, early voting, both at 5-1.
So Secret Oath coming off the great win in the Kentucky Oaks. And Wayne Lucas is a guy who takes chances that others do not take. Certainly she belonged. Early voting, each race getting a little better, a little faster. Second in the Wood to Mo Donegal, who certainly ran well in the Derby to be 5th. And Chad Brown and trying the exact same deal they did 5 years ago with Cloud Computing Run. In the money in the Wood, wait for the Preakness and see if they can get the money again.
Absolutely. Well, a deadly combination for sure. Here is the call of the Grade 1 Preakness.
Round the first turn here at Pimlico at opening quarter 24.32 as Armagnac shows the way. Armagnac early voting sits right off the speed of Armagnac. On the inside, Simplification is in 3rd, and Happy Jack alongside in 4th. Creative Minister is in 5th. Skippy Longstocking is next, and they're followed in between horses by Fenwick. Epicenter is on the inside, lingering some 7 or 8 lengths off the pace, and Secret Oath yet to move from the back of the pack. Armagnac still there. Armagnac 5 furlongs from the line. Early voting tracking along still in the 2nd spot. On the inside, Creative Minister gradually trying to move forward. Simplification in the 2-path, just 2.5 for the front as well. Racing 4th position. Then Happy Jack is in 5th as they head into the far turn run. The half mile was 47.44. The round that far turn they go. Armagnac early voting on the outside, creeping closer with each and every stride. Simplification. Secret Oath is let loose in the back of the pack, and she's on the move. She's on the move on the far outside, and Creative Minister is down to the inside. inside, followed by Skippy Longstocking. Epicenter, still a lot to do. On the rail, Epicenter now trying to move forward with a quarter to go at Pimlico. Epicenter is fifth, and on the inside, Early Voting takes over. Early Voting burst away with 1 furlong left to go. Epicenter, Rail Run, coming with each and every stride. Secret Oath out the center of the track. Creative Minister right there in that battle too, but it's Early Voting clear.
Well, Jose Ortiz set a beautiful stalking trip to get the win with Early Voting, and again, Chad Brown and Seth Clareman teaming up again for another Preakness win.
That was like cloud computing redux, right? Except it was 5-1 instead. I think it was 13-1 back down. Jose wrote just a perfect race, sat right behind his brother, who was loose in the lead with Armagnac. That's 25 stakes wins already this year for Jose, 16 graded. The only guy who's got more graded stakes wins, yes, that man, Flavian Pratt. And he's on all kind of grade 1 horses the rest of the year. He could get an Eclipse. He rides Latruska. He rides tons of Regal Glory. I mean, tons of really good ones. This might be the best of all. Disappointing for Epicenter for sure. Not the fact that he ran second, but the fact that he was 8th early. I don't know what Joe Rosario was thinking about. Steve Asmussen did not know what he was thinking about. It just wasn't a smart ride by one of the best riders we have. You can't be behind Fenwick, who, by the way, was 13-1 when he should have been 100-1. There was 700,000 to win on Fenwick. I think people all thought they were getting Rich Strike Redux.
Yes.
Now, that's not going to happen. I thought Secret Oath gave a great effort. Kenny McPeak's horse, Creative Minister, is the one out of this group that's going to the Belmont, and I thought he ran great to be 3rd. But yeah, really disappointed in the ride. I would like to have seen Epicenter sitting up 3rd, maybe put some heat on Early Voting early in the race. Instead, Early Voting had clear sailing. He was a terrific winner, 105 buyer, the best of his career. No Belmont for Epicenter. No Belmont for Early Voting. First time since 1954. The Derby winner didn't go to the Preakness, and the Preakness winner isn't going to the Belmont.
Well, we'll see a lot of new shooters. I was sitting really close to Steve Asmussen during the Preakness. I kept looking over. He seemed positive, and they were really giving a good cheer in that last 16th, but the look of disappointment, you could just feel it for them. I agree with all the sentiments you said. Obviously, Simplification going to go to the farm for a break. The filly did what the filly was supposed to do, but Early Voting got the win. We're going to see
speaking, I'm sorry, Dan.
Yeah.
Speaking of the filly, she's going to run twice at Saratoga, and then Wayne Lucas said she's coming right here for the Cotillion. So get ready for Secret Oath. And by the way, Wayne is already, how many? 25 Eclipse winners? Make it 26. Secret Oath is going to be the 3-year-old filly champion. It'd be nice to see her here in the Cotillion in September.
Oh, it certainly will. Well, here is more with the winning connections of the Preakness.
Given the way the track was playing all day, very speed favoring, I certainly wasn't going to take him out of his game. So we were prepared to go to the lead, but when the other horse went to the front, Jose got a good position with a target in front of him. I felt very good on the backside.
It's extraordinary. We knew this was a slower developing horse. We didn't think he'd be ready for the Derby. We had the opportunity to go, but we chose to wait for this. And Chad had a plan. We were going to try to send, but somebody else really wanted it. Stock, and Chad thought that might even be a better outcome. And brilliantly executed plan by Chad and Jose.
It was Seth Clareman's birthday, so happy birthday to you and your Preakness win. Well, let's get into our local racing of the week right here at Parks. We're going to look at Monday's 9th race, a star-studded allowance race. $49,000 is the purse, going 6 furlongs. Post-time favorite is the number 5, Word on a Wing, 5-2 for trainer Kate DeMasi.
Yeah, Word on a Wing was in that recent heat, the Paige McCanny just finished behind For Love of Bourbon and Barron, and I Am Redeemed. I thought ran really well to be 4th in that race.
Absolutely. Now we have co-second choice here. Smooth B actually takes second choice at 7-2 for trainer Butch Reed, Frankie Pennington.
Yeah, another really neat horse. I sort of believe this is Smooth B's now 43rd race. I remember when Smooth B broke his maiden. This is a cool horse for Butch and LC Racing, Glenn Bennett, almost a little over $500,000 in earnings and going up.
Yeah, one of those cool Pennsylvania brides. Well, here is the call with Chris Griffin of our local race of the week.
Admiral Abe is still in front. Smooth B in the 2-path, 3 wide, Word on a Wing. Now here's the move from Broad Street Bully, who runs right by Press My Bets, who battles on. Yodel Yehu is driven along as 6 lengths off the lead, and the trailer is Absentee. It's still Admiral Abe finding up front. In between horses there is Smooth B, and Word on a Wing is launching this rally out wider. Yodel Yehu is starting to put things together. Center of the racetrack, running out of time as they've got an 1/8 of a mile to go. It's Smooth B, Word on a Wing. They're shoulder to shoulder. Smooth B to the inside. Word on a Wing. Yodel Yehu continues to gobble up the ground up on the outside. Smooth B's got the lead. Yodel Yehu is flying here at the wire. Yodel Yehu in my time.
Yodel-Ihu comes flying from the back. A horse that I've always loved. He used to run down in Gulfstream. They did claim him out of Oaklawn. I'm talking about Jamie Ness, Troy Johnson, Charles Lowe, and Jagger Inc., and they had a phenomenal Monday.
Yeah, they did have a phenomenal Monday. Smoothbee was an incredibly tough luck loser. He just ran his heart out the whole way. And you said it, I'm just going to say the number 4 horse. Chris Griffiths was having fun with Yodel-Ihu. I thought the horse had no chance at the 8th pole and just came running by and got up at the end.
Yeah, and Word on a Wing, hang on for 3rd. But
Also
like you said,
well.
Smoothbee and Word on a Wing kind of throwing it down in deep stretch. And then Yodel-Ihu comes flying. I can say that because I've heard Pete Ayala say that a ton down in Gulfstream, and I love to say it.
Yeah, you always love those deep closers, and it's always a question of what's going to happen first, the wire or get past the horse in front.
Exactly.
And it got past the horse in front.
Talk about perfectly timed by jockey Ruben Silvera. Well, it's time for us to get to our first break. When we come back, we're going to have national races from Black-Eyed Susan Day and much more from Pimlico on Preakness Day.
Ruggs is on the chase now from 2nd, and B-Doc is in 3rd.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in a Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
2022 marks half a century of racing at Penn National. We celebrate an amazing 50 years with one of our biggest events ever. Penn Mile Night, Friday, June 3rd. 4 Pennsylvania-bred stakes, each with a $100,000 purse. The $150,000 Penn Oaks. It's all capped off by the $400,000 Grade 2 Penn Mile. Join us Friday, June 3rd at Penn National. First post, 5 p.m. For more, go to PAHBPA.com.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our national race of the week is brought to you by the Chapman Auto Group. If their emblem's not on the back of your car truck, well, you simply did pay too much. We're going to head back to Baltimore. It was Black-Eyed Susan Day, and it was the Black-Eyed Susan Stakes. It's a Grade 2 going a mile and an eighth. $250,000 is the purse, and our favorite is a Dare Manor for Sean McCarthy, who took over for who?
Took over for Bob Baffert, and interestingly here, this is the whole Bob Baffert crew. Jimmy Barnes was there. All these horses are in Baffert's old barn at Santa Anita, so the only difference here is just the name at the top of the program.
Yeah, and got the regular rider Johnny Velasquez at 2-to-1 odds. Now our second choice is Distinctly Possible, Chad Brown, but a different owner, Bradley Thoroughbreds.
Right. Yeah, coming out of a maiden win at Keeneland in reasonably fast time by Curlin. Obviously, I think a lot of this horse paid a bunch of money for as a yearling.
And we had a Parks horse down there, number 13, Morning Matcha, Pennsylvania bred for trainer Butch Reed. Frankie Pennington did make it down to ride. She is a long shot, 35-1, but a lot of speed in this race. She's a closer.
Yeah, I've been waiting, and I know Butch has been waiting all year for the spot where she got in, where there was a huge pace, maybe a contested pace. This was the one. If Morning Matcha was going to get a big one, this was the one time to do it.
Yeah, and I was there to root her on. Here is the call of the Grade 2 Black-Eyed Susan Stakes.
And Begin out there setting the tempo. Leads at about a length and a half. Interstate Daydream, a Dare Manor, Divine Huntress on the inside, just 3 from the lead. This other 2 lengths back, and Missy Greer is just on the inside of Favor, who's next in line, and followed by Radio Days. And then back to Distinctly Possible, and Candy Light is next. And Midnight Stroll, it was at Earlier Trouble, is racing to the back of the pack as they round that far turn now. Let's see, Luna Bell still with a lot to do. She's about 14 from the front, second to last, and scrubbed on to run as they round that far turn. Miss Yearwood is back there with her in Morning Matcha. They run to the top of the stretch now with 2.5 furlongs left to go, and they've still got to catch Begin. Begin is in front. Interstate Daydream on the outside, and a Dare Manor driven hard in third. Divine Huntress is next in fourth. Luna Bell way back in wide into the stretch here at Pimlico, and it is Interstate Daydream has come to grab the lead from Begin second. A Dare Manor working hard, driven third position, and then followed by Divine Huntress, who's next in the final furlong. It is Interstate Daydream.
Interstate Daydream does get the win with jockey Florent Giroux for trainer Brad Cox. Just beautifully run race, and you know, she was the definite winner.
Yeah, it was a 2-horse race really coming into the stretch. Interstate Daydream, a Dare Manor, and Interstate Daydream just had the better finish. She didn't finish in the Ashland at all behind Nest. Actually backed up, got beaten 8 lengths, but she was the good version of Interstate Daydream and Black-Eyed Susan.
Yeah, and Morning Matcha finished 6th, but they were really happy with her race. She was in striking position. She just wouldn't quite switch her lead, which would have gotten her a little more momentum to get home, but hopefully we'll see more from her.
Yeah, Danny, in the track over the 2 days, there weren't many deep closers getting there, so it was probably a little against her, but the circumstances were better for her. She got beat like 6 lengths, better effort than recently.
Yeah, definitely. Well, congratulations to Interstate Daydream, who did wear the Black-Eyed Susans. Well, we're going to stay and jump to Preakness Day. It's the $100,000 Sir Barton Stakes for 3-year-olds going 1 mile and 16th, and our favorite is Ethereal Road. You guys will remember him. He did scratch out of the Kentucky Derby, which allowed Rich Strike to get in for the coach, D. Wayne Lucas.
Yeah, Wayne obviously in the Preakness itself, Philly ran really well. Secret Oath to finish 4th. Ethereal Road, he thought about maybe running him in the Preakness. As you said, Danny, was in the Derby until the day before. Boy, the Rich Strike people are happy he came out.
I got a really close-up look at Ethereal Road in the paddock. He is a handsome, beautiful, big, strong, well put together horse. So a good contender for the coach. And our second choice is Uniki, the number 8, Terry Pompey with jockey Irad Ortiz.
Yeah, Uniki had run a terrific race and it beat me out of a lot of money when he finished second. Let's not talk about that. And we also, of course, have the great B-Dog, our man Joe Bessiker, Doug O'Neill off that phenomenal maiden win at Keeneland. And Joe made the run down I-95 after watching his son graduate from St. Joe's in the morning. And Joe made an appearance, I don't know, what, about an hour or so before the race.
Perfect
as
timing.
Only Joe can.
Well, here is the call of the Sir Barton Stakes.
Good Skate is the leader. Leads the way in the Sir Barton 1.5 lengths. Ruggs is on the chase now from 2nd. And B-Doc is in 3rd. Golden Eyes is in 4th. Uniki is in 5th position. Mr. Jefferson on the inside at an even clip at this point. And Ethereal Road has to pick it up now for the back of the pack. And ride it on the ice is the trailer. 1/2 mile and 47.26. Around the far turn here at Old Hilltop. And it is Good Skate showing the way. Good Skate in a clear lead. 3 furlongs left to go. Good Skate is in front. Ruggs down to the inside, asks for a little more run from 2nd, B-Doc, and then to the outside now here is Ethereal Road, launching that final quarter-mile kick. Ethereal Road sweeping up on the far outside, coming right into contention to make 4 across the track, but Ethereal Road with big momentum into the stretch and opens up now. It is Ethereal Road. Ethereal Road 2.5, almost 3 lengths in front for the final furlong. B-Doc back 3rd is Ruggs, Ethereal Road, and Luis Saez. They're going away, and they're going to win the Sir Barton in flashy style.
Ethereal Road gets the win with jockey Luis Saez for the coach, but what a second-place effort from B-Doc. We got to give him some credit because he has a lot of growing up to do. He was a little bit of a bad actor before the race. He was scared. You know, there's a lot going on. He was giving them a little bit of a hard time, but boy, he stopped and started throughout his race, which is hard for a horse to do. If he puts it together and just gets that maturity, he's going to be a really nice racehorse.
Yeah, to your point, Danny, I actually walked up to the steward stand. Trish Bowman came and she wanted to see some of her friends in the steward stand. We were watching up there, and B-Dog was stopped at the 8th pole. He wouldn't go to the paddock. It was just, well, hello. They were worried about him because he was jumping up and down. And then, of course, he never actually got into the paddock. That's when they had the accident in the paddock. They cleared all the horses. They saddled him out on the track. And, yeah, I agree. I thought he ran really well. First time 2 turns, first time in a stakes race. Now they're just trying to figure out what are you going to do next. Maybe the Pegasus at Monmouth to take a shot at the Haskell. That seems to be the most logical spot, but we'll see.
Well, we'll be there rooting them on. We love ourselves some beat-off owner Joe Bessiker and West Point Thoroughbreds trained by the great Doug O'Neill, of course. And Ethereal Road, we're taking nothing away from him. That was a beautiful win.
Yeah, Wayne said he's probably going to go into the Belmont. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't off of that race.
Absolutely. Well, let's head back to Black-Eyed Susan Day. It's the Grade 3 Pimlico Special, a very famous race. Goes 1 mile and 3/16. $300,000 is the purse. Our favorite is Vindictive, the number 1 at even money.
Yeah, this wasn't one of the stronger versions of the Pimlico Special. As you said, it's got a great history going all the way back to War Admiral and Seabiscuit. But yeah, Vindictive for Todd Pletcher, no stranger to big wins and big races.
Untreated takes our second choice at 4-1 for Todd Pletcher, who does get first first and second choice favorites.
Yeah, Todd Pletcher, shockingly enough, has good horses. And he has Irad Ortiz and Joel Rosario riding for him.
Two Eclipse Award-winning jockeys. Here's the call of the Pimlico Special.
And it is Untreated showing the way. Untreated at a sensible pace, leads at about a length in front. Untreated shows the way the opening quarter, 24.99, so it's very slow up front. Untreated is the leader as they journey now past the 6 furlong mark, working on a dream second. Vindictive up close there in third position. Accelerators in fourth. Capo Castellerlings along in fifth position, 5.5 from the front. First Captain follows that with 4 Warned on the inside as they move past the 5-ace pole. Mohaffeth is in between horses, and then Treasure Trove and Mischief Afoot at the mercy of a slow pace. 49.80 was the half mile, heading into the far turn, and still Untreated, doling out the fractions, leaves Working on a Dream. The lead is a half length. Down inside, Vindictive is third and has a bit of run now as they round that turn with less than 3 furlongs to go. Pushed in fourth is First Captain now, 6 furlongs a minute, 14.27. And then it's back to Treasure Trove, is working hard in between horses, as well as Accelerator and Capo Costello saving ground. Mischief Afoot is one widest into the stretch with a quarter to go at Pimlico. It is Untreated, and Vindictive set down to the center of the track. Vindictive has the turn of foot. First Captain on the outside is closing. Here comes the Captain. First Captain on the outside. Vindictive's trying to hold First Captain. Untreated still battling along. Vindictive just there. First Captain on the outside, grinding it out. Front will finish in the Pimlico Special. It's First Captain first under the line.
First Captain gets a big win with Luis Saez for West Point Thoroughbreds, our friends, for Shug McGahee, and what a nice win.
Really nice win. 5 out of 7 now lifetime. Look, they paid a lot of money, $1.5 million for the son of Curlin, and he's starting to pay off. Looks like he has a chance to have a very, very nice 4-year-old season for our buddy Terry Finley.
He's got a famous breeder there, Bobby Flay Thoroughbreds.
Yeah, there you go. My man Bobby Flay, forewarned, by the way, locally was in the race, just didn't fire in this particular one, but he'll be back to fight another day.
And the number 2, Sugar Ray 2, did scratch for our man Tyler Service, but he had a great second on Preakness Day in allowance optional claiming. They opted for a better spot, and boy did it pay off for them.
He needed about another 5 yards. He would have gotten there and won the race.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to head to another break. When we come back, we're going to have our jockey and trainer of the week and much more recap, a race recap from Preakness Day, all this undercard stakes. Stick around.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our jockey and trainer of the week is brought to you by Turning for Home, our racehorse retirement program here at Parks Racing. And our jockey and trainer of the week, it's going to be a combo. We have to do that Ruben Silvera, Jamie Ness combo. They had 3 wins Saturday, 3 wins Monday. They're going to have a big week and big year.
Yeah, no, look, they are the combo here right now, and that's been true for last year and this year.
Absolutely. Well, kudos to them. Well, let's jump into some race recap. We have some very exciting undercard stakes from Preakness Day. It's the Grade 3 Maryland Sprint, 6 furlongs, $150,000. It was the 4th race on Preakness Day, and Jackson Traveler, the 7th. He's the lone speed out there.
Lone speed and aggressive Joel Rosario. Where was that in the Preakness? But yeah, Jackson Traveler got out there loose on the lead. War Toxin for Uriah was chasing the whole way to 1. Ran really well at 17-1. Ends up finishing 3rd, but no way that anybody's catching Jackson Traveler for that Asmus and Rosario combination, which was great all day long, except when I needed it.
Yeah, and our friends at West Point Thoroughbreds again, and I had so much fun hanging out with them on Saturday. Terry Finley, just a great group of people, a great partnership there. 3 Over Deuces got up for second, but Wartosson ran a huge race.
He really did, again.
Well, it's time for the girls, the fillies and mares in the $100,000 Skip At Stakes, going 6 furlongs. A lot of famous horses that we've seen around Parks in this race, but Joy's Rocket, the number 4, is up on the lead with Joel Rosario and Steve Asmussen.
Yeah, same group again, loose on the lead. I really thought Oksana, the PA bred with Paco, was the speed of this race. I was wrong. She just did not fire, unfortunately. We've seen her at Parks. And Cinnabunny, we know her very well. She came on to be a solid 4th in this race, but it was all about Asmussen, Rosario, and Joy's Rocket going, and going.
Yeah, and I did talk to the connections of Oksana. They'll be back here at Parks. They know their filly likes it here at Parks. She is a PA bred, so they're going to regroup. And Glory Dion made the trip down for trainer Mario Dominguez. She didn't hit the board, but she was there. She finished with the group.
Yeah, look, she probably was a slightly overmatched against this group, but they've done a really good job with her, and she'll win some money for that group.
But Joy's Rocket, a daylight winner for sure. And it's time for Ion Racing. No Triple Crown races this weekend, but it is Memorial Day weekend, and the fun is going to be here Monday at Parks.
Yeah, no, always a good time to come out on Memorial Day, one of the few days where it's a holiday and people can come out on a Monday. So we'll see you on Monday.
Yeah, we'll be here in full force. Come have a hot dog with me. I'd love to. And there's a bunch of grade 1s also on Monday at Santa Anita, 3 to be sure, and just great racing around the country in general.
Indeed, and we'll get ready for the Belmont Stakes in a couple of weeks.
We certainly will. Well, it's time for our final break. When we come back, news and notes. We'll see you just on the other side of this break.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
the hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living
in Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs, and billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Did you know absolutely no taxpayer dollars support the Pennsylvania horse racing industry? In fact, racing generates $1.6 billion that pays taxes, creates jobs, and more, right here in Pennsylvania.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our news and notes is brought to you by the Granny Fund, which does provide continuing education for our backstretch community. And we're still continuing with our Sirius XM show. I'm up today on Down the Stretch. It's 11 a.m., channel 85. Tune in.
Yeah, check out Danny on Down the Stretch today.
And we talked about what a sire Gun Runner has become. But what about Triple Crown winning sire Justify? Had his first start in the States at Santa Anita, and it was a pretty good debut.
It was a winning debut for Justify. Look, he was a freak of nature. 6 wins in a couple of months and finishes it off with a Triple Crown. Would have loved to see Justify continue running, but now we'll get to see his sons and daughters, the home of the first one.
Yeah, and trained by Doug O'Neill. So we know Doug O'Neill's won the Kentucky Derby a few times. Maybe we'll get to see some history in the making there.
Yeah, I mean, look, American Pharoah's turned out to be a pretty good sire. We'll see about Justify. Look, I thought Justify continuing running, Danny, I thought he would have been an all-timer. It's just a shame we didn't get to see him run.
Absolutely. Well, big, beautiful horse. Well, we're excited to watch Tahoma run and all the future Justifies. Well, hope everybody has a great Memorial Day weekend. Come hang out with us here at Parks Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, post time 12:55. That wraps it up for Dick and I. We hope you had a great Preakness weekend. Thanks for joining us here on Let's Go Racing.
And they're off. Speaker's Corner has early speed. Hot Rod Charlie, Midnight Bourbon, American Revolution. American Revolution, a 16th to go. Hot Rod Charlie is opening up. Hot Rod Charlie will win the Pennsylvania.